Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 4, which is entitled as Jnana Yoga, Sloka 35. Yajñātvā na punar moham evaṁ yāsyasi pāṇḍava yena bhūtāny aśeṣāṇi drakṣyasy ātmany atho mayi. In the previous sloka, we saw that one approaches a spiritual master, which is the very first thing in the process of spiritual program. Atho guru padāśraya. One should approach a spiritual master, take shelter at the spiritual master to receive proper knowledge. In this sloka and few more slokas, the result that one get out of this knowledge, the glorification of this knowledge is being mentioned. The jnana or the knowledge, when it matures, how does this person exhibit that? What does he see around him? And the person who is matured will never fall again into bewilderment or illusion. That is no bewilderment. And that's the first part of this sloka. And the second part of the sloka, because there is no illusion, no bewilderment, having pure vision of self that he has received, now he sees all living beings also as Atma, all living beings, including oneself, as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So that's what has been explained in this sloka. That is, after attaining the vision of self, how one be? Or in other words, how do we know we are spiritually progressing? It can be taken that way as well. Yajñātvā na punar moham evaṁ yāsyasi pāṇḍava. Yad, which, jñātvā, knowing, yajñātvā, knowing which, na, never, punaha, again, moham, to illusion or delusion. Evaṁ, like this, yāsyasi, you shall get, pāṇḍava, O son of Pandu, yena, by which knowledge, bhūtāny, living entities, aśeṣāṇi, all, not living anyone, drakṣyasy, you will see ātmany, in the Supreme Soul, atho mayi, therefore you will see me also. Yena bhūtāny aśeṣāṇi drakṣyasy ātmany atho mayi. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, a guru, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mine. So this is said by Krishna. So two easy way to understand whether we are progressing spiritually with the knowledge that we have received or receiving are, number one, if one sees themselves and others as they appear externally, or if one sees themselves and others as same internally. That's the very first to understand where we stand. Number two, the second validation checkpoint is if one sees they are themselves separate and different from God, Krishna, or if one sees themselves as part and parcel and same as Krishna. So these are the two things that's been discussed over here. So let's understand these two in more detail. First one, Again, if one sees themselves and others as they appear externally, or if one sees themselves and others as same internally. So, having seen the self which is different from body, a person was visioned the self. He only sees others as Atma, not with the body, not the body part. Because the difference lies only in the body. And the body has been produced as per one's karma. When all the selves, everyone, disassociate from the body by destroying their purva karma, then they are all equal. To me, I am equal to them. There is no difference. All the differences is just simply due to the body because of the karma. One appears as tall, short, fat, thin, dark, fair, ugly, handsome, human, devatas, etc. Atma has nothing to do with any of these differences. When their karma are destroyed, they too be free from this material body, prakriti, which is full of differences. Therefore, one comes to a realization, a point where we are all one. We are all one as Atma. In this way, this self-realized person sees everyone equal as Atma. When we say we are all one as Atma, doesn't mean that we are all one Atma as a whole. We still maintain our individuality, but we are different Atmas with same nature. There's no differences in any other level. Right now, one sees differences. Like say for example, you are American, I am Indian. Within Indian, I think you are North Indian, I am South Indian. Within South Indian, I think you are Kannadiga, I am Chennai. Then within Chennai, these are places I see that I am living in Baldwin and you are living in Chesterfield. Then within the place, I see that I am living in a 2-story house with 2 car park with a small lawn, whereas you are living in a house with 5 car parks, huge garden with swimming pool. Within my house, I see some of the family members with male body and some with female body. And in this way, all we see is differences. I identify strongly with this body, with the place, with the caste, with my education, with my appearance, with my belongings. I'm putting so much emphasis on those things which is actually not me. As long as this misidentification exists within one, one continues to do activities that pertaining only to those material things, body especially. Which means once we start doing activities which is only pertaining to the body and the belongings of the body, then the result is going to be karma, which leads further entanglement. But a person who received knowledge and seen the self by practicing what has been received will see none of these differences. He sees only himself, that is self, Atma, and also he starts seeing others as Atma. And that leads to the second part of the discussion. If one sees they are separate and different, Krishna, or if one sees they are part and parcel of Krishna, that's the second part. Now having understood that one is Atma, not this body, and when got the vision of the self, one sees the same in others as well. Everyone is Atma. Then one can understand that all these Atmas are part and parcel of Krishna. They are just situated separately as jivas, living entity, with material identification just due to their previous karmas. They got this body, they started identifying that the body is theirs and they are the body, and that is in connection to the bodies all belongs to them. In this way they are bewildered. But one who has seen the self will not get bewildered like this, and also see self and others with no differences from Krishna. We have to note very carefully here that it doesn't mean that we all become another Krishna or we merge and become one with Krishna. That's not the meaning when we say no difference between us and Krishna. What it means is we receive some of the qualities, nature of Krishna, as it is mentioned in Upanishad, apahata papma vijaraha vimrutyuhu vishokaha vijigatsaha apipasaha satyakamaha and satyasankalpaha is not touched by the karmas. He meaning Krishna. He does not have age. He is eternal, not affected by death. He is not affected by sorrows. He has neither hunger nor thirst. He is the possessor of undiminishing, enjoyable bliss. He has the power of uninterrupted will. These are the 8 qualities that even the self, Atma, attains. In this way, there are no differences between God and us. But the Lord has more than these 8 unlimited qualities. So the point is, we can never become God, and that should not be the intention of all that we do spiritually either. One should aspire to become servitor, servant of the Supreme Lord, to serve Him. So, one is said in illusion, as it's stated in over here in the Sloka, or in Maya. Maya means ma, not, ya means this, that which is not. That is, we are not the body, but we identify ourselves with the body. That means Maya. Nothing belongs to me, but I feel that everything belongs to me is Maya. I am dependent on God, but I am thinking I am independent from God, and that is Maya. So, if one thinks oneself as body and think they are separate from God, or if one thinks oneself as not body and sees everyone as Atma, not the body, and everyone is part and parcel of God. These are the 2 only things. The prior one leads to entanglement. The latter one leads to self-realization. Yajñātvā na punar moham evaṁ yāsyasi pāṇḍava yena bhūtāny aśeṣāṇi drakṣyasy ātmany atho mayi. Namaste. Hare Krishna.